Morning world, Martin here, only Van Guru. Welcome to Van Life, Mental Health and Fitness. And in this one, you'll see part of my sort of 3-4 times a week routine on how I stay on top of the solitude. But more importantly, in all openness today, I'm stressed, having one of those blips, which is part and parcel of my ups and downs. I recognise them now, which is a benefit of being open and honest. And so I'm doing something about it. This may be a bit disjointed this time, because I'm going to try and warm up the knees. There are people around and I don't really like talking when there are people there, but I might get used to that. Once the knees are there, I've got a light backpack on, obviously. I'm going to try and see if I can find somewhere to dip, though that's not guaranteed. And we're going to do some jogging, some walking, and then some martial arty stuff, and some meditation, and some mindfulness. So the idea, or how I do it, is if you know sometimes you get down, I don't want to waste my life in those moments. Sometimes they'd rob me of maybe 3 days, maybe a week. And life's too short, especially when you get into your 60s, 70s, and obviously 80s. So stay with me. See how I do it, how I cope. Even though the weather's like it's 4 degrees out today, it's a bit grey, but it doesn't mean we can't enjoy this miracle of life. Right, let's do some jogs and a little bit of walking. So ow, the pain in my knees is a small price to pay for the pain in my mind if I don't do it. And I think when you realise that the only person that's going to truly save you and get you better is you, that's what you have to do. Breathless. Let's get it going. Jog, walk, jog, walk. Smile. I've got to do something at the beginning. So when I left the van, my happy meter was at about a 1 or 2. I do have a very tricky email to read from HMRC when I get back. So I promise to myself I will get that sorted. That's part of, I think a lot of people, some of us, not a lot, but some of us shut off the bad shit, and it only gets worse, so let's deal with that. Just had a chat with a guy that there is access to the reservoir. Bam! But happiness level is already at a 5, just from a jog, walk, get everything flowing, and realise I am in control of this is squelchy, of how I feel. And also, excuse me, listening to one of my favourite podcasts, 2 hours of politics. I just like listening to that kind of stuff. I think we'll come back to this spot. By the way, for those that are interested, I'm at the Ardingly Showgrounds in Surrey. I think I'm in Surrey. No, I might still be in Sussex. I don't know. I'll find out. But I'll put up the 3 words. It's a nice dog walk. Okay, let's follow this track. Let's do a bit more jogging, guys. Oh, oh, shout out to Paul Mesner, outdoor wild camping guru, for my wonderful rucksack that I won on his competition. Okay, I'm going to record this get that 15 minutes of fame. It's a bit of a slopey, muddy trail. If I'd have known, I'd have put my spikies on. Ah, there's the road that nice chap mentioned. Here we go. I don't want to go fishing. Right. Alright. Environment before fishing. Warning, keep out of the water. No diving. Okay. Deep mud. So, as always, safety first. Really, you know. And I've spent, for those who follow, I was a paramedic in my career. And one thing I have learned from all of those jobs is you go to people who go, I didn't think that would happen. Well, I've seen it happen. And yeah, maybe that prohibits me from doing certain things, but it makes me very aware of just how easily you can fuck up. And I don't want to be that sort of person. But wow, we've got all of this to ourselves. So we'll do a little bit more jawking. Oh, did I just create a new word? Jawking. Yes, let's jawk. Or as my mate Bertie would say, tabbing. Tactical advance. Oh wow. There could be some wildlife. It'd be great to see a kingfisher. Let's go in here. We'll have a look here. I've got to be able to see the ground, and it is dark and muddy, and you can't see the bottom. You can't see anything. It's got to be safe. Got to be safe. This should be all right. I could hold on to a tree. We'll go a bit further. It is just lovely, right? Just no one else around. It's so quiet and peaceful. Well, apart from the biting wind. But it's so muddy, I can't find anywhere safe. It's not the end of the world, because next week I'm going to be up in Wales and I can find some of my favourite places. I'm going to be going to the Henried Falls and then doing the walk further down. I've never done the actual walk there. But it would be nice to find somewhere here to get in. But we'll have a look. We won't give up. Never give up, never surrender. Okay. About an 8 out of 10, by the way. Yeah. Take back control. Full-time van life should be enjoyed. And yeah, you're going to have moments, you know, things are going to go wrong with a van. It's going to be those long, winter is going to be the hardest, you know, long hours inside. And it's not for everyone. But it's about how you plan your time. So I do all my, obviously, outdoorsy stuff. And during December and the early part of January, you know, it gets to 4 or 5 o'clock, it's dark. So get into something you always wanted to do. So, you know, like I've always wanted to spend my time reading, so I read a lot. And I do all my recordings in the evening. One, it's generally quieter, there's less cars, so I have to edit less when I'm recording my Calming Anxiety podcast. But I can work till the small hours editing these videos. This is gorgeous. This is just lovely. Life's what you make it. It's how you interpret it in your thoughts. It's how you choose to be. But I'm not telling you it's a fix for everyone. But for me, it works. Do I want to get out in the morning? No. Does it hurt? Yes. Can I run properly like I used to? No. Am I getting older? Yes. Should I give up? Bloody hell no. Am I looking forward to getting in the water? I think it's going to be a bit muddy. Oh, I forgot my water shoes. Oh, that's going to be sludgy under. It's going to squelch between your toes. If ever you've wild camped and you've got out your tent in the middle of the night and you squished a slug, that's what it's going to be like. Righty, enough chit chat. Well, regrettably, yet sensibly, I've chosen not to go in there. Everywhere I've looked, it's just silty sludge, and there are big signs saying no swimming. Not that I was going to swim, but we can argue the semantics of am I swimming or am I dipping with a judge, I suppose. Even though I know lots of people swim in this lake, and they do triathlons and open water swim competitions here, but that's by the by. All right, so let's find somewhere where I can do my sort of prep for calisthenics and my stretching. So 3 times a week I do a stretching routine program, because last month, if you follow it, I managed full splits for the first time in my 60 years of life. I've always got close and then life's got in the way. But there are 0 excuses now. Okay, let's jawk up this hill. Word of the day, jawking. Let's go. Happy face, 9 out of 10. My calves, though, are okie dokie. TRX setup, so I can do my workout. I might film it, but it's really windy and the tripod might fall over. Let me get on with my work. Well, how cute was the moment I just had there. This preschool group, like 2 and 3 year olds, all went past. I stopped, and one of the little kids went, "Are you Santa?" And I went, "Yes, I've got to stay fit and trim. I've lost my belly. So you being good?" "I'm being really good." And then their blooming teacher went, "No, he's not really Santa." "Of course I am." I made them smile. That was excellent. And I think I got most of it done in time. The wind's really picked up. The tripod blew over a few times. Did want to put the drone up, but boy, I think I might lose it. So let's have a jaunt back to the van, and then it's shower time, and pinky promise to myself and you, my accountability friends, I will read that email. Got butterflies. That's me back near the van. That's 3.7 miles distance covered. A little bit of jogging, a little bit of walking, quite a bit of jawking, and that happiness meter, I'd say we're definitely a 9 to a 9.5 out of 10. It's not about discipline. It's about, if I don't do it, it's not pleasant. If I do it, and I know, everyone says, oh, it's easy for you, Martin. You've got that focus and dedication. No, I haven't. All right? But I know what happens if I don't do it. It's like taking medication if you need it. All right? Personally, I'm not on any meds at all. I'm pure carnivore. But we're back at good old Jenny. Let's get inside, get the generator on, put some juice back in, and get on with the day. And do that email. I'll let you know. Thank you. Well, that's me done for my training today. Next week, I'll be back in some water. Because I'm going to park where I am at the moment for a few days. I've got a sporting event at the weekend, and I'm just going to enjoy and explore the world around me. For my mindfulness tricks, obviously I record a 10-minute daily meditation show. And although I record it, it's my meditation. I just press record, close my eyes, and then go in to my quiet space. The benefits it gives me, even I used to just do 3 or 5 minute ones. It's quelled the turmoil in my mind. It's the only time I'm not plagued with my tinnitus in my right ear. It's odd. As soon as I press record, as soon as I start being mindful and focusing on my breathing, and I'll put links to these shows at the end of this video. If you want to learn how to meditate without all the sort of mumbo jumbo around it, or having to sit cross-legged, or do your fingers like this, then give Calming Anxiety a go. And to caveat and put weight behind why I recommend it, I know it's mine, but it is the #1 podcast for anxiety in the UK. Last year, it trended at #2 worldwide for mental health podcasts. So, I'm doing something right. And I'm allowed to blow my own trumpet. So give it a subscribe. It's on YouTube, but it's on Spotify as well, or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, really. And what it did for me was it really helped not be plagued by those negative outbursts that I was known for. It helped me control the, as I say, the eclectic issues that all my friends and family know me for, which is always got in the way of being a little bit more socially acceptable and productive. Time now for a really good shower, and then crack on with some work. If you've got tips on how you cope with your dips, your downs, your mental health, leave them in the comments so that others can learn and you can spread awareness and help yourself. If you've got questions, leave them in the comments. As always, as anyone on YouTube does, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Subscribe if you haven't and you like this different approach to van life. It's about the positives, because life is crap at times. Bad things happen, but you don't have to moan about it. Oh, I made that. I dealt with that email. To be resolved. I have a phone call with my accountant. So I've made a bit of a boo-boo with HMRC because I didn't give them a forwarding address. Yeah, you do. There are so many things when you move, and I did my cars, my motorbikes, insurance, everything. All of that was sorted. Yes, I should have done a forwarding address, but it's been 5 months and I didn't. And I didn't leave a forwarding address with my accountant when I wound up my old company. So that's something I got to deal with. Oops. We'll see how that goes. I'll give you an update, maybe on a short. Have a great week, everyone. Hopefully, I'll see you all on Sunday for the Mindful Moments. But enjoy van life. If you're thinking of van life but worried about staying fit and healthy, you will find ways around it. When I'm back in Devon, I use my gym. I don't use other gyms at the moment because I'm not near one of their branches, and you can make the most of it. And as for my health on my food, I live a very simple carnivore diet, and it's so budget friendly. So I didn't eat today until, what's time now? Well, about 12 o'clock, where I had 2 hard-boiled eggs, a bone broth protein shake. Sounds gross, but it's apple and cherry flavour, and it's wonderful. And I'll have a steak in a couple of hours. Everything's doable. Everything's possible with the right mindset. Take care. See you Sunday. And as always, in everything you do, in everything you think, feel and say, simple. Be kind.